what would happen if the heroes were called criminals, and the real villains ruled an entire nation. In a world filled with corruption, betrayal, and death, one young fighter joined a team of assassins to change everything. But in this story, every victory came with a terrible price, and anyone could die at any moment. The story opened with the main character, Tatsumi, who was very happy about going to the imperial capital to become a soldier. Tatsumi wanted to become a powerful soldier to protect his village, and for that reason, he was on his way. Suddenly, a huge earth dragon appeared in front of them and started attacking him. However, Tatsumi was very skillful with a sword and he killed the earth dragon very easily, which shocked the people greatly, because no one could defeat that dragon so easily. Tatsumi then told them that he was going to the imperial capital to become more powerful. But the two women who had met Tatsumi on the way warned him that life in the capital was not easy. It looked well from the outside, but inside it was filled with corruption, deaths, and many other wrongdoings. However, Tatsumi did not stop, and in the end, he reached the imperial capital and was very happy to see it, because it was filled with a lot of people and was very beautiful. After seeing it, Tatsumi went to the soldier's office to apply for a job, but they rejected him badly and told him that all the soldiers had already been selected, so they could not give him a job. This put Tatsumi under great stress, because he did not know how he could join the army. Then he met a girl named Leon, who was very beautiful and attractive, and left Tatsumi stunned at their first meeting. She told him that she could get him into the army on one condition, that he give her some money for the work, because she had many friends in the army and they could easily get Tatsumi in. So, after hearing this, Tatsumi gave a lot of money to Leon, and she went away, saying she would return in a while. Tatsumi started waiting at the shop, but a whole day passed and she did not come back. Tatsumi then realized that she had cheated him. He slept on the road that night. But suddenly, a girl appeared in front of him and asked Tatsumi if he wanted to spend the night at her home. She was the daughter of a royal family, and her soldiers told Tatsumi that Arya always helped poor people. Tatsumi became very happy and went to Arya's palace, which was very beautiful. There, he met her family, and they received Tatsumi warmly. Tatsumi then asked them if they could help him find his friends, because he had come from his village with two friends Sayo and Ieyasu, but on the way he had been separated from them and could not find them, as the imperial capital was very large. Arya's family promised him that they would do their best to find his friends. After hearing this, Tatsumi went to his room, feeling very happy. He thought that he was very lucky to have met Arya, the most beautiful and innocent girl who helped poor people. But during this, he saw a group of assassins who suddenly attacked Arya's house and killed all her family members easily. Tatsumi was very shocked to see this, because the group was very sharp and highly trained, and they killed people without hesitation. Tatsumi then ran toward Arya to save her life. She was on her way to a secret place that no one could enter easily. But on the way, before they could enter the secret room, an assassin girl named Akame suddenly appeared and quickly killed Arya's guard in one attack. Her speed shocked Tatsumi greatly. She told him that he was not her target, but Tatsumi did not stop and started fighting with Akame, who was very quick and easily defeated him, and was close to killing him, when suddenly, Leone appeared and stopped her. Leone wanted Tatsumi to join their raid team. Leone told him the truth that in this place, bad people ruled the capital and the innocent were dying, so their team killed all those who tortured innocent people, and that Arya was a mentally disturbed girl who killed people for her own amusement. She then opened the room and showed Tatsumi what was inside it, was filled with dead bodies. Among them were also Tatsumi's friends, Sayo and Ieyasu, in a very terrible condition. Sayo had already died. After seeing their condition, Tatsumi agreed with Leone's words. His friend Ieyasu told him that Arya was a very evil girl. After hearing this, Tatsumi killed Arya in one strike of his sword without hesitation. Then, Ieyasu also died in Tatsumi's arms. Leone took Tatsumi with her, and told him that he was now a part of their night raid team. After this, all of them reached the secret place where the entire raid team lived together happily, and no one could find out about that place. Leone then introduced all the teammates to Tatsumi one by one. First, he met a girl named Mine, who was very beautiful and dangerous, because she was a very sharp sniper fighter and had never missed a target in her life. However, at that moment, she did not like Tatsumi and thought that he was just a poor village boy. Then Leone introduced him to Bulat, the most powerful and skilled killer on their team. Tatsumi was shocked to see him, because Bulat fought against enemies while wearing a mask on his face, and his body was covered in armor like that of a soldier. After that, Leone took him toward a boy named Lubbock, who was very naughty and nerdy, but whose fighting skills were extremely strong and powerful. Then, lastly, he met the most quiet and beautiful girl named Akame, who was eating a huge bird in the jungle, which shocked Tatsumi greatly. Leon then told him that she was now going to introduce him to their boss, named Agenda, who was a one-eyed assassin but ruled the entire raid team. She appeared normal at first glance, but she was more powerful than all of them. Because of this, Leonie told Tatsumi that their boss Najenda, along with Bulat and Akame, were all wanted throughout the capital, and a large bounty had been placed on their heads, with orders to capture them dead or alive. After this, they all reached a room where Najenda asked Tatsumi whether he wanted to join their team or not. Tatsumi told her that Leonie had said he would be killed if he did not join. But Najenda told him that was wrong, they would not kill him. However, if he ever told anyone about their secret place, that would be the last day of his life. Tatsumi did not feel scared. He told them that he was ready to join their team, because they all fought against the bad people who had killed and tortured many innocent people. He said that because of those people, his 2 friends had died, and so he wanted to join their team and kill all those who tortured the innocent. Najenda then told him that he would work and train under Akame. However, she first assigned him the work of the kitchen and cooking food, which Tatsumi did not like, but it was a part of his training. The next day, the 2 of them went to the canal for fishing, where Akame quickly entered the water and caught fish with great ease, which impressed Tatsumi greatly, because she was a true master of her work. Then, after returning home, their boss told them about a mission in which they were to target 2 men: Ogre, the chief of the army, and Gamal, an oil merchant. Both of them worked together and ran an illegal business that badly affected innocent people. Because of this, Leon put a bundle of coins on their pictures and asked who could carry out the mission. After hearing this, Tatsumi stood up from his seat and told everyone that he would do it, because it was his first mission and he wanted to succeed. Najenda agreed and told Tatsumi that he would kill Ogre. She then told Leonie and Akame that the 2 of them would kill the oil merchant Gamal. After this, the 3 of them set off on the mission. Akame and Leonie easily killed the oil merchant at his house. Now, it was Tatsumi's turn. He quickly appeared in front of Ogre and told him that he needed a job in the army so that he could protect his village. During this, he quickly attacked Ogre and injured him very badly. Then the 2 of them started fighting, which was very difficult, because Ogre was very powerful. But in the end, Tatsumi thought about his friends, and then killed Ogre with ease. After this, he returned to the house, where Akame quickly removed his outer clothing and checked him all over to see whether he was injured or not. The entire team was very careful and protective of each other, because none of them wanted to lose any of their teammates. After this, Tatsumi's friendship with Akame began to grow. Najenda then placed him under Mine's training, but Tatsumi did not like this, because Mine always troubled him and thought of him as someone who was completely worthless. After this, the scene shifted to outside the house, where all the teammates ran toward the hunters who had come to find the raid team's hideout and kill them. They killed the hunters one by one, but the enemy team did not stop, and kept moving toward the place where they were searching for them. During this, Bullet told Tatsumi about Akame's life, that she was the most powerful and talented assassin on their team, and that a large bounty had been placed on her head by the government. When she was a child, her family had been killed in a government attack, and she alone had survived. From that point on, she had joined the team and dedicated herself to killing every corrupt person she could find. Tatsumi then realized that everyone on the team had a very brutal past, and had lived through tremendous pain. After this, they all began killing the hunters one by one. Meanwhile, Sheely and Mine were positioned on top of a mountain, where Mine took down hunters with a single shot of her gun, which was extraordinarily powerful. On the other side, their teammate Lubbock also killed the girl who had given out the mission to hunt down the raid team. In the end, they all killed every hunter with ease and returned to the house. That night, Tatsumi could not sleep well. He lay awake, thinking about his friends and the beautiful times he had spent with them, but now they were gone. Tatsumi then went to Mine's room to ask her to give him combat training, since she was very powerful and quick. But when he entered, she was in the middle of changing her clothes. She became furious at him for entering without knocking and attacked him with her gun. But Tatsumi barely managed to save his life. The next day, the 2 of them went to the market together, where Mine showed him posters of Bulat, Najenda, and Akame, on whose heads the government had placed large bounties, offering rewards for their capture dead or alive. Tatsumi was shocked to see this, because he already knew that only corrupt people ruled the imperial capital. On the way, they saved a little girl from 2 boys who were trying to harm her. Tatsumi and Mine stepped in and rescued her. Before leaving, Mine told the girl to be brave and to stand up against anyone who wanted to harm her. After this, the two of them went to a restaurant to eat, because Mine was very fond of trying different dishes. While they were there, they noticed many people rushing toward the center of the market. Tatsumi and Mine followed the crowd and saw that government soldiers had hanged the bodies of people who had fought against the government. It was a clear message. Anyone who dared to oppose the royal family would meet the same fate. The royal family was now under the influence of a very wicked man, who believed that no one could stand against them, and the royal family followed his counsel without showing any mercy to the innocent. Because of this, Najenda gave her team a mission to kill a man named Lokal, who was connected to the corrupt members of the royal family. The mission was assigned to Mine and Tatsumi. The two of them sat on top of a mountain, and Mine killed Lokal with ease using her sniper technique. Tatsumi was stunned at how she managed to eliminate him from such a distance in the middle of a crowd. All the nearby soldiers then started running after them. Leone dealt with most of them, but one soldier reached Mine and Tatsumi and started fighting with them. He was close to killing Mine when Tatsumi stepped in and saved her life, which impressed her greatly. Tatsumi then held the soldier in his grip and told Mine to finish him off. She aimed her gun and killed him. However, during the shot, the blast passed very close to Tatsumi's head and made him furious, because if he had been a little closer, he could have died. Akame watched the two of them bickering and laughed at their quarrel. Then, the scene moved to another man, who was standing in front of Akame's wanted poster. He stared at it and said to himself that she was just like him. He then spotted a guard nearby and killed him without hesitation. After killing the guard, he also started killing innocent people in the capital, and the night raid team had no idea who was responsible. At that time, Tatsumi was training with Bulat, because Tatsumi knew that Bulat was very strong and powerful and wanted to learn from him. Bulat shared with him the secrets of combat, which were very difficult to master. But Tatsumi did not stop and gave it his best effort. After training, all of them went to the kitchen to eat a meal. Tatsumi ate a great deal of food, and afterward his stomach became upset. Akame, on the other hand, ate the same amount as Tatsumi and Leone, yet her health was completely unaffected. She even finished the extra bowls of food that belonged to Lubbock and Shiel, who had arrived at the table late. After this, the scene shifted to their boss, Najenda, who was met by a guard in very poor condition. The guard told her about a killer who had begun murdering people in the capital one by one. The killer possessed a special imperial weapon and had the ability to read the minds of others. The guard handed Najenda a book and urged her to find all 48 imperial weapons and save the capital. Najenda returned to the house and shared this information with all her teammates. Upon hearing this, Lubbock told everyone that the killer was a man named Zank, who had been slaughtering people in the capital one by one without any mercy. Lubbock also explained that Zank had formerly been the jailer of the capital and had killed a great number of people over the years. Because of this, he had lost his sanity and had now returned to killing as he had done before. Tatsumi immediately said they should kill him first, but it was not going to be easy because Zank possessed an imperial weapon, one that was positioned between his eyes and resembled an eye itself. Tatsumi, however, knew nothing about the 48 imperial weapons at the time, so Najenda told him the full story. She explained that the first royal emperor of the capital had created these 48 imperial weapons to protect his kingdom. He had forged them with the help of many powerful individuals, drawing upon their unique abilities and embedding the strongest materials in the world into each weapon. She also told Tatsumi that among these weapons, one was a belt used by Leone in combat, another was a poison sword used by Akame, from which no one could survive once infected. Another was a rope-like weapon used by Lubbock. One was a powerful sniper gun used by Mine, and one was a pair of scissors used by Shiel. She further told him that many other imperial weapons existed and were in the hands of other people, who possessed abilities equal to those of their own team. This shocked Tatsumi greatly, because he realized he was now the only one on the team without an imperial weapon. They all then headed into the capital and spread out one by one to search for Zank, as he was not an easy target. While they were all searching, Zank suddenly spotted Tatsumi and read his mind. He then created an illusion of Seo and appeared before Tatsumi in her form. Tatsumi believed that his friend had somehow come back to life and began following her without hesitation. When the two of them reached a deserted place, Zank revealed his true face. He then told Tatsumi that if he begged for mercy, he would let him go, but if not, he would kill him. Tatsumi did not stop and started fighting Zank, which proved to be very difficult. Zank already knew Tatsumi's fighting style from reading his mind, and could anticipate his every move, even knowing which punch he was about to throw next. Because of this, he injured Tatsumi badly, but in the end, Tatsumi used a special trick and landed a powerful strike on Zank, which shocked him greatly, because he had not anticipated that level of speed from Tatsumi. Zank became furious and attacked again at great speed. But at that very moment, Akame arrived at the spot and saved Tatsumi's life. She acknowledged that both she and Zank possessed Imperial weapons, which meant that a fight between them would certainly result in one of them dying. Their battle then began, and it was very intense. Akame did not take Zank seriously at first until he tried to read her mind. But Akame had completely emptied her mind, giving him nothing to read. In the end, Zank tried to stop her by creating an illusion of her sister, but she did not stop. Akame told him that she intended to kill her own sister one day, to free her from this merciless world. With those words, she killed Zank with ease. Tatsumi was left stunned by how powerful and formidable she truly was. After the fight, the two of them returned home together. The next morning, when Tatsumi woke up, he was shocked to see Shiel sitting near his bed. She had bandaged his wounds during the night and had fallen asleep there. From that point on, the boss had ordered her to train Tatsumi and make him stronger, because joining the night raid team was not a simple matter. So, the two of them went to the canal, where she told him to swim in the water, as it would gradually strengthen his body. During this, Tatsumi asked her whether she had always appeared as innocent as she looked. She then told him her whole story. When she had lived with her family, she could never do anything right and constantly faced shame, because all her family members looked down on her because of her failures. But she told Tatsumi that she had one friend who loved her deeply, and whenever Shile was in a very dark place, that friend always found a way to put a smile on her face. But one day, when the two of them were sitting at her home, her ex-boyfriend suddenly appeared at the door. He grabbed her friend by the neck and was on the verge of killing her. At that moment, Shile picked up a knife and killed her ex-boyfriend to save her friend's life. But from that point on, her friend left Shile and never showed her face to her again. After that, she joined the night raid team, because from that moment, she understood that even though she could not do anything else well, she was very capable at killing people. So in the raid team, she killed those who mistreated the innocent. Tatsumi then realized that everyone on the team carried a painful past that they had never been able to leave behind. After this, they all gathered in the boss's room, where they decided to give Tatsumi the Imperial Eye weapon, since he was the only one without an Imperial weapon. Tatsumi became very happy upon hearing this and quickly placed the eye on his head, but it did not work. He tried his best to use it but kept failing. Eventually, however, it activated in an unexpected way, and Tatsumi suddenly saw everyone around him without their clothes. The boss then ordered Akame to deliver the Imperial Eye to the Revolutionary Army's headquarters, as it was a very valuable asset. Najenda then read the book that the guard had given her, through which she learned about two new individuals. The first was Numaseka, the prince of a northern tribe, who had won every battle he had ever fought. The second was Esdeath, who had the ability to control ice. At that time, neither of them was present in the capital. Tatsumi then asked the team whether there was any weapon that could bring his friends back. At this, all of them became very serious, and told him that if his mind ever became that weak, the enemy would kill him at any moment. Tatsumi became sad and went outside, where he broke down and started crying. Shile came to him and helped him regain his strength. She told him that nothing in this world could bring his friends back. She also told him that it was the harsh reality of life. Once someone died, they never came back. After hearing this, Tatsumi stopped crying and quietly fell asleep in her arms. After this, the scene shifted to Esdeath, who was abusing a man and treating him like a dog before killing him brutally. The royal family had ordered her to return to the capital. The night raid team knew nothing about her impending arrival. At that same time, Leon and Tatsumi were at the market, where everyone showed great respect to Leon because she always helped innocent people. At that very moment, a group of people appeared and started chasing her. They were the same kind of people she had swindled before, just as she had done to Tatsumi the first time they met. The two of them started running, and during the chase, Tatsumi got separated from Leone. He no longer knew the way back and found himself completely lost. During this, Tatsumi came across a girl named Seryu, who looked like a soldier and had what appeared to be a pet dog, which she called Koro. She looked at Tatsumi's face and told him that he appeared to be lost. She then told him that she was an Imperial weapon master, and that Koro was not a pet, it was a weapon that worked alongside her in combat. She then took Tatsumi by the hand and led him back to the place where Leone was waiting, after which she quickly left. She had been searching for the night raid team in order to kill them, because the night raid team had killed her master ogre, and she had come to take her revenge. Tatsumi was left wondering who she was and what kind of Imperial weapon her so-called pet truly was. He then thought that he needed to report this to the boss as quickly as possible. The scene then shifted to a secret colony of girls, where government special officers came to seek pleasure. Two of them were also present there for the same purpose. Tatsumi and Leone were also there. having been given the mission by their boss to kill those two men before investigating further into Seiryu. Tatsumi and Leon soon realized that both men were misbehaving with the girls and torturing them. Upon seeing this, the two of them entered the room and killed both targets without hesitation. The two men were weak, so Leone and Tatsumi finished them off easily and then headed back toward their house. On the way, they thought about Shili and Mine, who were also out on a separate mission to locate Seiryu. Then, suddenly, Seiryu appeared in front of them with her pet and told them that she would kill them right then and there, because their team had killed her master ogre, and she had come to take her revenge. The three of them then began to fight. It started when Mine attacked Seiryu with her gun, but her pet suddenly transformed into a very large dog and blocked the attack, saving Seiryu's life. Mine then realized that the Imperial weapon had the ability to heal its wounds, which made it extremely difficult for them to deal with. Both she and Shiel tried to kill the dog but failed, because every time Shiel managed to wound it, it healed itself almost instantly. That was its natural power, and there was nothing they could do about it. They also did not have the book with them that could show them the weak points of this Imperial weapon. The real fight then began in full force. The dog transformed its two hind legs into human-like arms and launched an attack. Seeing this, Shiel stepped in and tried to stop it, and at that exact moment, Mine used the full power of her gun and struck it hard. But it was not over. The dog healed itself once again. After this, Shiel began fighting directly with Seiryu, who was giving orders to the dog for every move. Their fight was very dangerous, as both of them were extremely powerful. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mine kept trying to kill the dog, but failed, as it had now transformed into an even larger and more terrifying monster. During her battle with Seiryu, Shiel managed to cut off both of Seiryu's hands, but Seiryu transformed them into weapons and tried to use them against Shiel, though she could not land a decisive blow. In the end, Shili cut off both of those weapon arms as well. Seiryu then realized that killing the night raid team was not going to be easy, so she ordered her dog to go after Mine instead. The creature quickly seized Mine and was on the verge of killing her, but Shiel appeared at that moment and cut the dog's arm, saving Mine's life. However, during this, Seiryu shot Shiel with her gun and injured her severely. Then the monster tore Shiel into two pieces. Shiel felt that this was her final moment. In her last act, she used the remaining power she had to save Mine's life. She told Mine to run and get away. Shiel then created a blinding light in the dog's hand, and seeing the signal, Mine began to run. Seiryu ordered her dog to devour Shiel, and it did. But in her final moments, Shiel thought only of her team and of the beautiful times she had shared with them. And so, Shiel's story came to an end. Seiryu was overjoyed at having killed a member of the night raid team. It had not been easy, but she had eliminated one of them, and now she was determined to kill all the remaining teammates one by one. On the other side, when Mine reached the house and told everyone that Shiel had died, the whole team was overcome with grief, because they all loved each other deeply. Tatsumi was especially shocked and immediately urged everyone to take revenge for Shiel's death, but Bulat stopped him and told him that it would not be easy. They still did not fully understand Seiryu and her powers, and despite that lack of knowledge, she had already managed to kill one of their teammates. Every step going forward had to be taken carefully, because she was very powerful, and the most dangerous thing about her was that her dog could heal itself under almost any condition. They needed to find a way to kill them both. After this, the next morning, Esdeath arrived at the capital with her army and her monster. She had come back with one purpose: to hunt down and destroy the night raid team.